and welcome to another episode of Mantled for More. This is where conversation brings you into deeper faith. And that is why we're here today with our beautiful team, Kaydian, and our beautiful ladies from Jamaica. And we have a special guest also. Kaydian, how is your day?
Oh, yes. Well, Sherye, I've been having a good day, and it's good to be here to share with our viewers today.
And I'm so happy for that. And welcome, ladies, Jamaicans in the house. Welcome. So tonight we have a beautiful topic, Kaydian, and I'm so excited.
Yes, what's that topic, Sherye?
Well, you know, this topic affects everybody's life. And because this topic is so important, we have a very special guest. And the topic is building wealth with purpose. Smart investment strategies.
Sounds very interesting.
Yes, and that is why we have Simone, who will tell us our beautiful guest is.
Okay, so as you heard, our guest tonight is Arlene Bryant. She is a dedicated community leader. She is an experienced financial professional. She's also the mother of 5 children, 3 grandchildren. So that's exciting.
Yes,
and she has built her career on integrity, trust, and helping people achieve their financial goals. Throughout her career, Arlene has worked in banking, investment, mortgage financing, and she's gained extensive knowledge of personal finance and home ownership. As a mortgage broker, she is passionate about guiding individuals and families through one of the most important financial decisions of their lives. She's always known for putting her clients first, and we are delighted to have her. Not only is she a professional, but she works in her community. She serves her community as a city councillor, where she aims to build a stronger, safer, and more inclusive community. She believes in transparent leadership, fiscal responsibility, and listening to the voices of the residents. Her passion for public service is driven by a genuine desire to make a positive and lasting difference for families, seniors, youth, and local businesses. So we're delighted to have her tonight, and I'm sure we are going to be blessed with the wealth of knowledge that she's going to share with us. Arlene, thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Arlene. So, as you know, we're talking about investment, and investment is your baby. I call it your baby. And because of that, I want to ask the first question. If I give you $5,000 right now, Arlene, and tell you I want to invest it, what would that look like from your end?
First of all, I would like to ask many questions. When people give money for investment, you have to ask a whole lot of questions. What is this money for? Is it emergencies? Is it for retirement? Is it for a vacation? Is it to buy a car? Is it for down payment? It's not just, I'm giving you $5,000, but what do you want in return? You know what I mean? And also, how old are you? Do you want it in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? When do you want it back? So it's not just, I give you $5,000 and here, go and put it away. Suppose you want it in 6 months and what we invested in is not good enough for you, So it's a lot more questions. It's not just, I'm giving you $5,000. I'm trusting in, what you're going to put it in. You have to ask the very important questions. Your age is a part of it as well. You know what I mean? Do you have a house? Do you have children to send to school, to send to university, to send to college? There's a whole lot of it. Or is your car going to need to be fixed in the next 6 years? There's a whole lot of questions. We ask clients when we're sitting with them about finances. It's not just, because a lot of clients, it has happened before they come, there's $5,000. Okay. How old are you? What is this month? Oh, I don't know. How long before you come back and say, can I have back my money? That sort of thing. So it's very important. It's a lot of follow-up question that comes after. It doesn't just stay like that. Unless you said, you know what? I have this $5,000. I don't need it for the next 10 years. Make something happen for me. Then that's a different kind of question. And then I'm going to ask, how old are you? It's a big difference if you're 25 and if you're 50. It's a great difference, right? So it makes a difference in what you need that money for later on. If you just said, I don't know, just put aside when I need it. Then it's a different question I'm going to ask after that. So it's different. It's very different.
So I do have a question.
Go ahead.
We are in challenging financial times.
Okay.
People are struggling to put a dollar next to another dollar, struggling to pay bills. How do people invest in a climate like this?
It's number one, it's very important to have a financial advisor. Financial advisor can be someone from the bank. You don't have to pay anyone. It's free. You go to the bank and you said, listen, I have a few bucks. I want to sit with someone. They will sit with you. It's free because you're banking with them anyways. So first of all, we do a budget. Every one of the clients, you are required to do a budget. I sit with you for about 30 minutes and I said, how much money you pay for grocery, how much money you do for fun, entertainment, how much money you do when you go to work, where you buy, whatever you buy at work, whatever you need, your grocery, your personal, your hair, your nails, your makeup, whatever. All of that comes into play. All of it comes into play. After you do a budget, what is left? Sometimes you look, nothing is left. Sometimes you look, some is left. Then what's left? Then we could work with what's left. Or you said, you know what? I'm going on a diet. I'm not eating nothing out. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Then we look at a different kind of budget. A lot of us don't do budgets, and that's where our money leaks. You go to you buy a coffee. Oh, it's just $1. Oh, it's just $2. It's just $3. Put whipped cream on it. Oh, it's just 30 cents. Oh, and at the end of the week, it's $50.
Yes.
So you have to be careful, and that's where a budget come into play. A budget is very important. A lot of us do not believe in it. But guess what happened? Money leak all the time because you don't have a budget. So I would recommend sit with someone, do a budget, and they will help you, because that's very, very important, a budget, because then you can see where your money goes, right? Because we're from a culture where we just spend. And when you finish, it finished until the next paycheck. We're not supposed to live like that anymore. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have evolved. We have to be mindful of our finances and our money. And if we tell God, God help us with everything else, why don't he help us with our money? Why don't he help us with what we're doing with our money? So it's very, very important what we're learning and what we're saying. And we're good prayer warriors and intercessors, but when it comes to money, sometimes we have an issue there. So we could ask God for help and lead us to the right financial advisor. As I said, they're free. You don't need to pay anyone to help you with your money. You can just ask and they will do it for you for free. So
I know there's a particular bank which their tagline is "You're richer than you think." So I guess that is when you do the budget, you can see where you can save and begin to invest. Yes,
exactly. So that is absolutely true. And I used to use that slogan, and I was stopped from using it. Because I used to tell clients, after I do a budget, they're like, $400, but I don't have that. Where is that money? But because loose spending, right? You go to the store. Oh, I see a nice shoes. Oh, you go here. I need a burger. Oh, here. Oh, I need a salad. Oh, I go there. My nails to be done. Oh, and my eyelashes needs to be done. So on and so forth. So the money leaks somewhere. But when you have a budget, you know exactly where it goes. You come back home, you see your receipt where you spend it, and then you could be able to know that you're richer than you think. I've done thousands of budgets, being at the bank, being at the investment company, and people are richer than they think. And we're living to paycheck because we're not mindful of what we're doing with our money. We just spend. That's it. True. We just spend, and that's it. We have to be careful. And as you get older, it's irrelevant, right? You need money for retirement. You need money to save, because we can't let somebody else take care of us. We have to take care of ourselves. Right. So you have to be very, very careful with your money, and you have to be mindful. So I have seen it all, from someone work $300 a week to $500 a week to $1,000 a week to $2,000 a week to to $5,000 a week. So I've seen it all, and it doesn't matter how much you make. It doesn't. Is what you save, is what you hold back, is what you keep back. Because I've seen someone make $300 a week and they save more than a person making $1,000 a week. Because their spending habits are different, right? Their spending habits are different.
Yes.
Some people like nails to be done, eyelashes to be done, toes, and those, it's okay. But if you budget them, you can do it once a month.
Yes.
Not every 2 weeks, so it's very important budgeting. And I think that's where it starts from.
Yes.
And that's where we could all say, you know what? Okay, I'm budgeting. I could save at least $100 a week because let's say I get $500. Then you can say, oh my goodness, for the whole year is 12, is whoa, 400 for the month. Oh my goodness, 4,800 for the year. Where was that money going before? You can't see it. You don't know where it was going before. But if you start putting it away, I want to give you a short testimony. I bought my house almost 20 years ago, and I was working $300 a week. And I put away $25 a week and live off of $275. And when it was time to buy a house, they said, do you have savings? I'm like, shoot, I don't have any. And I see a statement came. I'm like, oh my God, I have savings.
Wow.
The $25 I was putting away a week accumulate to the down payment for my first home. I have over $10,000. I'm like, what? Just by putting away $25. So you have to be careful. You have to be mindful. That was just God. I had no intention of doing that. So I'm telling you, just putting away, and I still do it up to today. Go to the bank, set it up now, put away. If you can afford 25, do it. Then when you see it's okay, put 30. You see it's okay, put 50. You see it's okay, put 100. Because at the end of the year, you'll be so surprised and say, oh my God, I have 5,000. Oh my God, in 2 years, I have 10,000. Oh my God, I have 15. You'll be very, very surprised. And you have savings, and you have down payment, and you have emergency money, and you have everything you need financially, a cushion. So we have to be mindful of our money because we're no longer 18, right? We're going on 30s, 40s, 50s. So who's going to take care of us is us if you don't put away anything at all. Children don't do that anymore. So I'm just giving you.
And
go ahead.
I have found, for example, that if you have a loan and when you have finished paying off that loan, I always continue to save that money because I tell myself if I did without that money for 3 years, I can continue to do without it, So that is usually a good way to save.
That's a very, very good way to save, But a lot of people, what they do is, oh, I'm saving. And then when you're broke or when you want to go on vacation, you withdraw it and use it. You're playing with your money like that, Oh, I guess I have a little money over there. I'm going on vacation. Let me just take a little. And then when I come back, I start saving again, You have to be careful. If it's a saving, it's saving. And it's when you don't. And savings are for when you're in dire strength, meaning something happened and you can't work or you can't afford. It's not because you know what, there's a wedding coming on this weekend and I need $100. Let me withdraw $100 from this. No, it's supposed to be for when you can't afford it anymore. Just retirement, right? 65. It looks like it's far, but you'll be so surprised. Yesterday I was 18. Today tomorrow I'm 52. Time flies, So you have to be careful.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I also want to ask, is it better to simply save with the bank or to do other investments?
It depends on the person. It's a case-by-case basis, right? Because I started off at my work. I think somebody from the bank came to the work and started off with that $25, So they were able to sit down with me and said, let's put away $25. And I'm like, okay, let's try it, So it depends. It's an individual basis, right? Because I've been a financial advisor out of the bank and I've been a financial advisor in the bank. So it depends on the individual. Some people can be about to make an appointment to go to the bank. Some people prefer to make an appointment with a financial advisor, and the financial advisor could come to your home and do it with you as well. The bank, you have to make sure they're open from 9 to 5. The financial advisor could come see at 7 o'clock in the evening. So it depends on the individual, your work schedule, your time. If you work from 9 to 5, when you have time to make an appointment to go to the bank, so you have to make an appointment with a financial advisor to do your investment for you. So it's an individual basis, and it's the same thing. It's just that you have someone to help you personally. That's your person, the financial advisor, and they don't charge, and they'll sit with you and help you and save with you and bring you through the process, and and so on and so forth. So it's very good. It's very good. And if you have an emergency, you could make a phone call to them and say, "I'm so sorry, but I have to withdraw $1,000 out of my money," and they will send it back to you within a 48 hour, to your bank account. So it depends. It's a case by case basis. I've had financial advisors, and I've dealt with the bank. I've done both, and it depends on my situation at the moment. I use whoever is needed, who I need at the moment. So yeah,
So
but
what
it's good to have someone.
So what about investments in stocks and those sort of things? I know that there is risks and degrees of risks involved.
Okay. So I have done both as well. If you're not a risk taker, you cannot take that kind of risk. But if you are, go ahead. Do you understand what I mean? Because I've had clients that used to invest with me, and the statement comes and it was $10,000, and they give me $10,000, and when they got it, it was $9,500. Are they gonna call me? I was like, "Oh my God, Arlene, my money! Oh my God, where's my 500? I can't breathe. I look at my statements." I mean, and it doesn't matter what, you can't calm them down. And I'm being on the phone 2 hours with them. Listen, it's going to go back up. It's going to be okay. Just leave it right there. "No, I want my money. I gave you $10,000. No, 9,500 was my 500. They can't take risk. They cannot take risk. Do you understand? It's not for you. If you're going to call your financial advisor and cry on the phone, I have done it. It's not for you. If you want, just stay in a very conservative investment. And if you get $1, it's okay. And if you don't get $1, it's also okay. Some people put in GIC. I don't like those. GIC give you guaranteed 2%. That means you give them $10,000 at the end of the year, they give you $200. And if you had invested it, at the end of the year, you could have gotten 500. It's very safe. But it depends on the individual. If you're not willing to take risk and your heart is not going to palpitate, and you're not going to be like, "Oh my God, I lost my..." Leave it. Please don't do it. But if it's someone going to be like, "You know what? I'm going to invest my $25. I'm not going to check my statements. I'll maybe check it in the next 5 years." It is for you. But you have to know who you are, right? Are you a conservative investor? Are you an aggressive risk taker? It depends. Are you fearful? "Oh my God, my money went down. Did you hear about the markets?" It's not for you. It's really, because people hear about the market like, "Oh my God. No, it's not for you. If you're going to can't sleep and can't eat, it's not for you. Just slowly put your $25 and just let it slowly accumulate $1, $2, But if you put 25 on it, next day you're gonna see 15, and you're gonna be like, So it's an individual basis. That's what I'm happy about.
So we're going to be taking a break right here. And as you have learned that you need to do a budget, and you also need to be willing to take the risk if you want to see big. So let's take a break here. And then when we come back, I'm sure we're going to dig deeper into the whole idea of strategies in investment. Hey, lady leader.
Yes, you.
Nope, don't look around.
I'm talking to you.
Did you know we're kin? Yep, we're related.
We're sisters.
Cut from the same cloth.
The same heavenly cloth. Called to be leaders.
And mentors.
Creating spaces
of kinship, kindness,
and connection.
Yeah, that works.
And hopefully meeting some kindred spirits along the way. That was smooth. I know, right?
Want to know how?
Sunday, October 25th, 2026.
The Kin Convention. Hashtag King Con.
She loves saying that.
I really love saying that.
At the Really Living Center in Mount Hope, Ontario.
Where female ministry leaders
all across Ontario come together
to be encouraged,
equipped,
and reminded that
you belong here.
And because Scripture says, let us consider how we may spur one another towards love and good deeds.
We are bringing you inspiring keynote speakers.
Like her. Equipping and engaging workshops.
And an interactive, full immersive, kinesthetic experience.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, you definitely will.
And don't forget to bring
someone who you're mentoring.
A future leader with a heart for ministry.
Spaces are limited,
but we want you there.
So register today.
See you at KinCon.
You really do love saying that.
I really do love saying that. And what are you waiting for? You will too. Now click the link and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Welcome back. You've heard it. We need to budget. Else our money will leak to places of the unknown. So we need to have some control of how we spend our monies. And also, if you're a risk taker, then you can take the risk. But if you're not, then you're the conservative type, then the banking system is for you. All right. So we'll move on to the next set of discussions.
Yes. Trish, I'm sure you have a question there for Arlene.
Yes, it's not really a question. I just want to say to Arlene that the first time I went out to do an investment, it was similar to the analogy that you gave. It was a US investment. And I had some money and I was young to it. I didn't know anything about investment or anything. But then the young lady asked me all long questions, just like, what you said in the initial state. And she asked me at my age, what I want to do, what is it that I want to achieve. And I gave her the money and, sign up the documents. And then the last bit, you know what she said to me? At some time, the value of the stocks will go down. The money is going to go. Sometimes it may look like nothing is in the account. But then it will come out. I said, all of my money are going to go. So she said, the money is not going to go, but stocks remain the same amount, but the money value is going to be less. I was like, I can't do that. But then she spoke to me about it, and I said, because I'm a risk taker by nature. So after I thought about it, I said, okay, it's fine. And honestly, I went and I did it. And it was one of the best things I could have ever done. Because my money went down, but it grew. It went down again and it grew. But when I ready for that money, it tripled it more than the amount that, that was in the account. So I would recommend, investment to anybody who is afraid. And even though your suggestion is, if you're not a risk taker, don't. But I would suggest try to take that risk and see what will happen. Just don't check the statement every month, as you said. Just bury it, leave it right there. Just leave it.
Yeah, for real, that's the hesitation. Because for me as well, I don't think I'm the risk taker. So just the thought of losing it, yes. But I think that if you have that money that you can afford to lose, I think is a safer way, So if you do lose it, you lose it. But if that's the last money that you're dependent upon, I'm like, don't.
But bear in mind, Kaydian, that you sometimes spend money on things that you don't even need, and so for me, those kinds of monies are monies you can't afford to lose. So if you buy one less shoe, that could be used to invest in a stock for a child. And stocks are long-term investments. As Treacha said, I bought one about 2 years ago. Every month I look on it was going down. I lost half by the middle of the year, and I looked at it this evening again. And it's coming up. I bought another stock and within a month it doubled. So, you really have to reach to a stage in your life where you're willing to take some risk. You're willing to lose some money, You just have to be there. If you're not there, if you're afraid, you are going to miss out.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
I totally understand. I think I need more education as it relates to it. Yeah.
Trish, you were saying something?
Another thing too, the insurance too. Sometimes we see that money coming out of our account every month, but that insurance has that little investment side to it. And sometimes after maybe 5 or 10 years, you look at that account, you realize that it's like maybe $1,000 coming out every month going towards the investment. And sometimes when you look at it, you realize you have $500,000 and you say like, "There, I do $1,000 turn 500," because you're really not paying attention. You're really, really not paying attention. So sacrifice is good, and is investments for me is making a sacrifice for yourself and your family for the future.
Right.
So it's good to make sacrifices that way.
Yes.
You reap the rewards and you reap the benefits in the long term.
So Arlene, I know this is a very important topic for our viewers and our listeners. So if you do have a question, put it in the chat and we'll try to answer it by having her to relate to this question, because I know this topic is important to you. But Arlene, we talk about strategy, right? We talk about strategy. What is the best strategy when you're entering into any kind of financial investment when you don't know anything? What's the best strategy one can take on?
Okay. As I said, once you've sat with someone that's well versed in investment and they're encouraging you, because, remember, before I knew investment, I had to sit with someone, right? So let's pretend I don't know anything. I'll sit with someone at the bank and they'll explain it to me. It sounds like a different language, right? Because if you don't know anything about investment, it would sound like, what? I put down my money and what? Interest and what? Okay, I'm trusting you. So you sit with someone, they give you all the information about money, about the finances, about how to invest. I would suggest after you've done your budget, put away some money per month, per week, every 2 weeks, whenever you get paid. That is the first thing you do. We call it pay yourself first. And pay yourself first is, I used to do 2 things by paying myself first. When I get paid, I buy myself a small lunch just to congratulate myself. You did well, Arlene. You worked all week. Congratulations. And it does. And I used to have a budget for that. It was $10. So whether I get a coffee, a tea, I don't drink coffee, but when I get a mocha or something, I get something under $10. So I make sure I do a budget like that. Then afterwards, I pay tithes. And then after I pay my tithes and my offering, then I'm able to pay myself. And pay myself is my savings, right? And my savings, let's use the $500 a week. Let's say I get $500 a week. I would use $10 for my lunch for once a week. So literally, because I bring lunch every day, so I'm using $10 per week to buy something for myself to celebrate that you did well all week. And then afterwards, I pay my tithes out of it, so $50 gone for tithes. And then afterwards, I'll take out money after I've done my budget and I see that I have leftover. I would say I put another $50 for savings and another $50 for emergency. Okay, so this $50 for savings is a different one from emergency. The 50 savings is a long term. I'm not touching that before 10 years. The $50 one for emergency is just in case. I need something extra just in case I go over my budget, just in case. Do you know what I mean? So make sure you always, if you get, it's an amount. Make sure if you get $500, you put away 50 for emergency, 50 for long term. And some money is left over still in your checking account after you've paid your bills. So you still have money lingering around, So so both $50, one could be a longer term. It could be TFSA tax-free savings account. It could be RSP retirement saving plan. And those things, RSP is a long term when you're retired. TFSA is down payment for a house. TFSA is your emergency fund. TFSA could be I don't know, you go on a vacation, and you don't want to touch your credit card. TFSA could do that. So you have strategies in which you could take from the bank, because they're going to give you suggestions. They're going to give you ideas after you have done your budget, and you could just bill on those. It's not hard, as long as the person in front of you knows what they're doing. It's very easy to bill on those. But always have two set of income, long-term savings, long-term and short-term savings.
And also bear in mind that some of us are indisciplined. So never save in your regular account.
Yes.
And you can access easily. You must save in an account that it's very hard to get it. It's difficult for you to reach it if you're serious about saving.
Yes. But Simone, I see that you want to say something, but I'm thinking about the persons who don't know about TFSA, who doesn't have these terms in your country, but you can go to your bank and find out what is it that you can save towards in your regular bank account and start from there. Yes, Simone.
So I am thinking, and perhaps it doesn't happen now, but I remember when I was growing up, there were a lot of people who didn't think you need to invest for the future. And I know I can think back to when I was growing up, a lot of people didn't even have retirement funds, but they were like, you know what, I'm trusting in God. So how do you balance faith and trusting that God is going to provide your daily bread and investing? How does the two work together, or do they?
They always work together, because God cares about our whole being, right? So what's important is faith without works is dead.
Yes.
So I'm sitting here saying, you know what? I'm going to eat all my money, and when I get old, God is going to take care of me. That don't work.
Doesn't work.
That is not. Where is this works? Where can he build on? There's nothing. So faith without works is dead. We have been from a background where, they love cash. Cash, like in and out. I'm not opening a bank account because I don't trust the bank. Yes. But guess what? By the time you need anything, you have nothing. It's dangerous. It's not good. You know what I mean? I'm from a culture as well as you guys where susu partner and you get it, and guess what happened? It's the same money using to pay the bill that you ignored. It's the same money you're paying by the person you ignored. It's the same money. So I'm not a one for that. Why? Because I will collect 10 from you, 10 from you, 10 from you, 10 from you. And at the end of the day, I see $100, and then it's like, I find something to buy with it. Looking for something to buy. Oh, me get me susu, let me use it and buy this. We have to be careful. That is not, I don't think that is of God. That's number one. And number two, it's not helping you. It's really not. It's only time I've heard it help people. Some people want a down payment for a home, and they will do it and get an amount and use it for that specific reason.
Right.
And then they have a lump sum. And that is great. But guess what? Don't forget, the next week you have to put your back in, eh?
Yes.
You have to put your, as you get your draw, you have to put yours back in. So you just be wise and ask God for help, and he will send help.
Yes.
And you not saving for retirement is not helping you. And when you reach retirement age, you're like, shoot, I remember when I used to hold a whole lot of money, and now I have none, and I wish I had put away. And
I've heard a lot of that, Arlene. I've heard a lot of that.
Yeah, it's too late.
And
it's too late.
If I may add, yes, faith without works is dead, but God blesses your effort. So once you make a decision to start saving the money, putting the money aside, he will now start giving you the discipline that you need to ensure that you don't touch that money. Because Georgette mentioned it earlier, it's really discipline.
Yeah.
It is definitely discipline that is going to help you to not touch that money and to keep that money away from you spending it. Because once you have the discipline, the money will be right in front of you in that account and you have access to it, but you just don't touch it.
Yes.
But guys, I also want to make the point though, that investment is not only about putting away money, because you could use your money to buy houses that you could use to rent out in your old age. Exactly. And that would be a pension for you.
Well, it's an investment too. Yeah.
It is an investment, different kinds of investment.
Yes.
You could invest in land. You could invest in cows. Or taxis.
Chickens.
On the road, or chickens,
Yes.
right?
Or
But the
tuck
point
shop.
is that
Yes.
as they turn over, you are using them to create wealth for the future, basically.
Yes. That is so
But
true.
it's also important, if you're using it to create wealth, you have to put away some of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if you buy, I don't know, 2 dozen chicken, and you make 100,000 off of it, and you buy another 2 dozen, you have to put away 10, 15,000 in a savings.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when you do the next one, put another 15,000 away. But it's not making you any money if you keep on buying 2 dozen and you make 100,000, and you keep on using that 100,000, and then you buy 2 that you make. You have to put away some.
And the truth, is if we follow the tithing system, the system of tithing, which is to set aside that 10% for the Lord, call it God's own.
Yes.
And if we were to follow that and set aside another 10% for ourselves, and perhaps another 10% for savings. And then follow that principle of budgeting. We really would do very well. And Pella, as I always used to say, that my grandmother would say, every mickle makes a muckle. And it's basically that
we didn't understand that until now.
Up, just like how your $25 added up to $10,000, every little cent adds up. If you're consistent enough.
Yes, as I said, when somebody get paid as $500 for a paycheck, let's give an example per week. The first thing you have to do is pay yourself first. Well, we're Christians, so we put our first 10% away first, and then afterwards you start paying yourself. You're paying yourself in 2 ways. You pay yourself in, let's say, an example, $50 for long-term savings and $50 for short-term savings, right? Which is emergency fund. And when you do that, put it away where you can see it. Some of it you can't see it, you can't touch it. It's out of reach, out of mind. Let the bank automatically takes it out your bank account. If you get paid today, let the bank take the money today and put it aside so you can be able to save some money. Because that part is very important, right? To be able to save some money after you've done your budget, after you've done everything you need to do, you make sure that you have savings put aside. And that's very, very important. Let the bank take it from you, out of sight, out of mind.
That sounds fun.
I love that.
We're going to take a break right here, Arlene, because now you're setting the base for how we're going to continue this conversation. So we will take a break, and when we do come back, we're going to delve right into the end of this discussion.
Hey guys, Marty Miller here. I'm the founder and president of Blueprint for Men. For the past 12 years, I've been working full-time in the area of men's ministry within the Seventh-day Adventist Church. During that time, I have learned a lot, and I am looking forward to sharing what I have learned at Camp Frenda on the weekend of August 28 through 30, and it's going to be titled Forged. We need to be forged, guys, and that means coming together and learning and getting equipped and empowered as we head back home to lead other men. So come August 28 to 30, Camp Frenda. Can't wait to see you then. Until then, God bless.
All right, so welcome back. I'm sure you're enjoying the discussions so far. And we're here with Arlene, who is educating us about financing and investments. All right. Now, question for you, Arlene. Is it ever too late to start investing or saving for the future?
Are you talking about late in age or late in time?
Late in age. Is it ever?
Never, ever too late to start saving, right? So if you have not done it in your 20s, in your 30s, let's say in your 40s, and you're in your 50s, start. Make an appointment with an investment advisor. Make an appointment with the bank. Sit down with them. See how much you make, how much you budget, and how much you could put aside. Because that part is very important. Put it down for long term. It could be long term, could be 10 years from now. Long term could be 5 years from now. But nonetheless, put it aside so that you could have something with for your children. It's still an inheritance. If you leave $5,000, still an inheritance. If you leave $10,000, still an inheritance. But just don't leave like that. Leave something. As children of Christ, we should be able to leave an inheritance for our children. And if we don't have any children, find children and leave an inheritance for them.
Something, that's right.
Somebody who is needy.
Yes.
Somebody's needy. You have nieces, nephews, and so on and so forth, Yeah, you never know. So, try it because it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. These are the principles of it.
I've heard of situations too where people downsize in terms of their homes to a smaller bungalow, which is more affordable, and they now have more money on hand for their later years. Yes,
it's amazing. So we have to be purposeful in the whole idea of investment. We have to be purposeful, and that's the word.
And strategic.
Yes, strategic. Yes. So no one.
And I just want to make the point.
Yes.
The point that Joseph was able to save Egypt because he saw save. So when they experienced bountifully, they saved back the corn and when they had the famine, they were able to live comfortably because they had put aside something when things were going well for them.
Yeah.
Don't forget the talents as well.
Yes.
Don't forget the talents as well.
Yes,
talents is an investment strategy that Jesus gave it as a parable. Don't forget the talents, the one that didn't even do nothing with it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if God give us something we're supposed to invest, Jesus did not tell that parable just because he want to hurt the one that didn't invest. He's trying to teach us something that it doesn't matter how small he's giving it to you. You have to invest to make it bigger. Your talents, your gifts, your callings. Those things are also investments, because those things will bring you profits.
Yes.
So you have to, you just have to dive into God's word and just see what is for you and use it to your advantage.
Yes.
So the question I have is there are some people who would say, why is this discussion important for people who are Christians? If we are all about going to heaven, why do we need to be saving now?
Yes.
Well, if we believe the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, we should believe every single word of the Bible, not just the part that makes us feel good. Every single part of the Bible is important. God said, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Come on. What does that mean? Not poverty. You know what I mean? Not living a paycheck to paycheck. That's not God's heart. It's not God's strategy for us at all. So we have to make sure that he said his word. Come on. All the Psalms is all about blessings and running after God and seeking God's faith and walking in health and wealth and, you know, it's a whole lot of stuff. So we're not even supposed to have this struggling mentality. That's not of God, you know? So we have to make sure he gave us earth. So we have to make it abundance here on earth. Yes. As long as we follow his strategies, and we're not, and that's where we're not walking in abundance because we're not following what he says. And as long as we're following what he says, we're going to be okay. It's when we don't follow, that's when we're struggling. As long as you follow, struggle should not happen because that's not God's word. And God's word does not lie.
Lies.
So we so we have to go back to the word of God, which is the Bible, and said, God, what are you saying about my finances? What are you saying about me? How do I spend? Am I wasteful? Am I frivolous? Am I not paying my tithes and my offering? Am I not doing what I'm supposed to? Because we're all accountable for our own actions, right? So you have to be careful. If you want to buy a house and land and invest and do this and do that, make sure God is first.
Amen.
What a very important point we're leaving this discussion space on. God first.
Yes.
And then you can work your way through, right, Kaydian?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Indeed.
So Sherye,
discussion.
Yes.
Sherye.
Yes.
So we pick up back now by picking up on Arlene. The Bible really tells us to seek ye first the kingdom of God
and is right and everything else that's needed.
Yes. Amen. Arlene, we just want to thank you for lending to us your thoughts, your resources that you've poured out to us this evening. It makes this discussion so full and, abundant because now we're purposeful. We'll be purposeful in our investment.
So true.
Yes.
So no longer do we need to fear the future. We can actually plan for it.
Yes. So we ask that you leave one thought with our viewers, Arlene, about investment before we close off.
For each person here on earth, I heard someone said it. There are over 7 billion people here on earth, and what? 2% is the millionaires and the multimillionaires and all of that stuff. And I guarantee you, out of that 2%, there's a lot, maybe minus is Christian and believers and stuff like that. If we say who we are children of the Most High God. And we are called according to his purpose. And we're living the life God called us to live. And we're seeking the kingdom of heaven. He said, everything else shall be added unto us. So our job is to say, God, what else can be added unto us? Is our gifts, our talents, our skills, our investment, our family? Are we treating people good? Are we treating people well? That's a part of it as well, because all of it come into play. Are we living in abundance? We have to realize that as long as God is first, he's going to lead us in the right path. It's when we're selfish and we're self-absorbed and a whole lot of negativity is around us, we are not going to prosper. We need prosperity. God is first. Ask God for direction, guidance, and we're going to be fine. We don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. We don't have to use our eyelashes money and finish. We don't have to use our nails and finish our money. We don't have to eat burgers and fries and finish our money and take vacations we cannot afford. We need to live a way that God is proud.
Amen.
God has said, that's my daughter. That is my child. I am proud. I know if I give you $10 today, I can trust you that you're going to put on it another $10. You're not going to finish and say, Jesus, where am I get it from? He money down. We have to be very strategic and we have to listen because God is always speaking and he's always saying something. So what is he saying to us? If we don't have a house, say, God, how can I get a house? If, car is not an investment. As you drive off the parking lot, 20% is minus from off of it. A house you buy, 20% is added as soon as you move in. You know what I mean? So try to find ways in which you could find investment. If you don't have much, you put away your $25 and see how it accumulates and see how interest comes on it. And you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Amen. You're going to be able to leave something for your children. And then God is going to say, well done, good and faithful servant.
Amen.
So thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege. Anytime. I'm always available to you.
Yes, it was great having you.
We're so happy that you have joined us on this discussion, in this discussion space. And yes, Simone.
Please join us next time on AdventistOntario.tv, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV.
And tune in every Sunday evening at 7 p.m.
And join us next week when we discuss faith and mental health. Can Christians experience depression and anxiety?
Interesting topic. Can't afford to miss it. Thank you for joining us. This is Mantled for More.
And remember, the mantle marks you, but more transforms you. See you next time.